Hey up me duck, it's Links Live's Natters time, where your stories come alive. From the fens to the coast. So grab a cuppa and relax with your go-to podcast for unique Lincolnshire stories.
Hello and welcome back to the Links Live's Natters podcast. I am Mark, long-time producer and editor and first-time host. Today we are delving into the world of career transition, adult education and personal growth with our guest Mark Pitfield from Skills 365 and the Thrive Tribe. Welcome to the Links Live's Natters podcast, Mark.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for having me along.
You are very welcome. To start with, tell us a bit about Skills 365 and the Thrive Tribe. What is it that you do?
Yeah, well, Skills 365 was born during COVID times, and we have a county council contract to deliver family learning throughout Lincolnshire. So Skills 365 was providing online training, self-service for the residents of Lincolnshire, and it could be those who are unemployed, those who just want to upskill, those who want to transition in work. Yeah, and we offer now courses online and qualifications. And we also deliver in Lincolnshire's library network and also in job centres as well.
You've been working with Shelley and myself, and we know that storytelling plays a big part in your method of teaching. Why do you think storytelling is an important skill to learn?
It's really important that people understand the background to people and what makes you the person that you are. We've all got stories in our lives. We've all got lots of highs and possibly some lows as we go through life. And, you know, people buy from people at the end of the day. And we don't get enough opportunity, apart from our immediate friends and family, to tell our stories. So from my point of view, if you can tell a story to someone, you ultimately remember it far more than what you would do if you were just, doing a question and answer session.
Yeah, if you were just sort of like a faceless sort of filling out questionnaires and things like that. Once you can put a person to the thing, then it becomes more personal.
Yeah, definitely.
So what about your story? How did you and Lucy come to create the Thrive Tribe? What's the story behind that?
So the Thrive Tribe, which is our performance coaching element of the business, we've always worked together. So we've been a business duo since the year 2000, and we first launched our first business in 2002. So before then, I used to work in IT and had a few jobs as well, working for the likes of Toys R Us, Morrison's and Damon's in Lincolnshire, where I cut my teeth into customer service and customer care.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I did a degree in computers. And while I was on the course, I was interested in teaching. So I love imparting knowledge. I love the way that it can affect someone's whole life once they learn a new skill. So I asked if I could shadow a tutor, and they gave me an IT course to shadow and a tutor to shadow. And I did the first 3 hours with him, and it was really good. It was on a cold September Tuesday night, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then the next week, I went back to shadow again, and the teacher was unfortunately off through illness, and it turns out was off through long-term illness. So they gave me the class to teach. So I did that for the next 8 weeks. Took all the students through their IT qualification. And I knew then that I really, really wanted to impart knowledge on a more regular basis. So at the time, working for Lincoln College, I was part of their Learn Direct provision, which was the 1999 started government-funded education programme.
Yeah.
So this was bringing online learning to the masses. And whilst working for them, there was an opportunity, if I could get the funding together, to launch my own training centre, which I did up on the Glebe Park in Lincoln. And we were there for about 12 years all in all. And we grew the business from just me with my Lucy, working 6 hours a day. We did 9 till 9 Monday to Friday, 9 till 5 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And I loved it that much. I used to go in on a Sunday and shampoo all the carpets, and get it ready for the Monday. But I really, really liked it. So we grew that business dramatically from a small contract when we started to about £2 million in 2015. Now, unfortunately, the story does take a bit of a downturn from there. So at the time, we employed about 55 members of staff, and ultimately, we lost the contract that we had. So they decided not to renew our contract as Learn Direct were looking to take more things in-house. So rather than obviously subcontract it out to others, they wanted to take it in-house. So over a 6 month period, we wound down the business because we only had one contract at the time, and unfortunately had to make 55 people redundant, which still haunts me now a little. Learn Direct did eventually stop trading and stop receiving government money, but yeah, so we went in 2015, and my story is that at the time it was awful, getting rid of 55 members of staff, and these people have become friends. Do you know what I mean? I've always been a friendly person, always loved the people that I work with. And it really affected me at the time, that we had a thriving business, but then with one foul swoop, it was over.
All gone, yeah.
Yeah, all gone. So for the next 4 years, I did little bits and bobs. I worked for others for a short time. And then finally, I used to work for the YMCA Lincolnshire. That was my final appointment, managing their training and development section. But at the same time, COVID happened. And I saw a tender for the county council to deliver online courses during the lockdowns. And I jumped at the chance. I could do it. I wouldn't say with my eyes shut, because obviously I still need a lot of help and support from the people around me, but I knew it was something I could do. Yeah. I knew to make the most of COVID, and it was horrific, obviously, what happened to all those people that passed. But I knew I could make a difference to those people that, potentially were at home, struggling a little, maybe mental health wise, didn't have any contact with people. So I set about creating Skills 365 to fill that gap and to train as many people as possible, which we did really, really successfully. And then 2023, because I've always had a love of business, obviously always had my own businesses. My father as well has had a couple of businesses during his time. Yeah. I took on a coaching program for myself. So I became coached by somebody, and it became apparent through talking to my coach that, there was a lot of need for coaching. And it's one of those things that not enough people in England do, and not even in Lincolnshire. We don't, we don't struggle along, but we just live life in the moment. So we go, we work, we get paid, we live for the weekends, we live for holidays, and we just go round and round and round in doing that same thing over and over again. And I knew that I had so much more to offer and so much more to give.
Yeah.
So we set up the Thrive Tribe, which is the coaching part of our company, and what we, it's what we call performance coaching. So it could be an individual, it could be a business, it could be a key decision maker in a business, and we just open the doors and just see who we could connect with, and we met some wonderful people. We have day sessions which everyone's invited to, where we try and see what people's goals are. Not enough people have goals. When we're younger,
just like walk-in sessions. So.
Yeah. So we hold it for a day. We pick a nice hotel, and we just engage with people and just see what their dreams and visions are. We dare to dream when we're younger, and until we're a teenager and a little bit more, and then life seems to get in the way, and there's no reason why that it should do. It's all about finding out what people's goals are and helping them to realize that they can achieve it, because sadly nobody knows when our time's up, and that's a horrible thing about life, and I want to be remembered as somebody that leaves a legacy and somebody that's touched people's lives, and anyone can do it. Anyone really can do it and make a difference.
What gave you the confidence to start over and rebuild it? Was it just the opportunity that came with COVID then, or
Yeah, I think
yeah,
it was, and I'd be lying if I said it didn't affect me from obviously going from what we had to virtually nothing for those 4 years, and it did, and anyone that suffered with you know um, the ramifications of things that happen in life, you know after I'd had 6 months down in the doldrums and I'd started doing bits and bobs again, I knew that I had so much more to offer. And so I was always looking for something. I was keep looking at the government sites to see what was out there, and it just, yeah, I think if you put it out there in the universe, if you want something that badly,
yeah,
then the stars will align, and as long as you're in that positive mindset, things will come into place, and that's
and
what happened when we saw the
ready
test.
to seize it when it arises?
Yeah,
Yeah,
most definitely, and I'll encourage anyone, if you've got a goal or got an ambition that you want, verbalize it all the time. Tell people, become accountable to your friends and your family. This is what I'm gonna achieve, and everyone can do. Whatever you want to achieve in life, and anyone can do it. All the big businesses in the world and the small businesses and everything that makes up the world that we live in, and England and Lincolnshire, and if you want to do something, you can do it. Yeah, you might not have all the skills at the moment, and that's because you need potentially a new set of skills, things that will push you outside of your comfort zone to achieve. And that's the massive thing about life. None of us are born, none of us are born with the skill sets that we need to do anything.
yeah,
We were born and we never knew how to walk or, ride a bike and drive a car. We never knew how to do that. We've all had to learn it. And that's the same. That's the same in business. If you want to touch somebody else's life and make a legacy, then you've got to do things that you're not necessarily comfortable with. But
no,
you've got
no.
to, got to do things to push yourself out your comfort zone and achieve what you want to achieve.
Faulty boiler leaving you brainless. Radiator making you feel cold and lifeless. Leaky tap making you feel like a... Then call J&S Plumbing and Heating. Your local, your friendly, reliable plumbing and heating engineer. We offer comprehensive solutions for all your plumbing, gas and heating issues. We are here to bring you and your plumbing back to life. So call J&S Plumbing and Heating when you're feeling a little grave. Hello?
At the Thrive Tribe, we believe everyone deserves the chance to soar. Whether you're an individual seeking self-improvement or a business aiming for success, we've got you covered. Personalized coaching. Unlock your potential with our expert coaches. One-on-one guidance tailored to your unique goals. Learn flexibly online. Boost your skills from Microsoft Office mastery to work-based expertise. Lifelong learning? We've got the keys. So whether you're an aspiring professional, a business leader, or simply hungry for growth, join the Thrive Tribe today. Visit thethrivetribe.com and let's ignite your journey. Remember, it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. The Thrive Tribe, where potential meets possibility.
Looking back, what would you have done differently in your career?
I would have diversified. So obviously now we have the training and we have the performance coaching. I would have
Yeah,
done that a lot sooner. So rather than having all my eggs in one basket, like I did at the time, when it did go, everything went because we had one main contract and that was it. So yeah,
you,
the
you get
diversification.
comfy and with sort of that
Yeah,
one thing, and then suddenly it's not there anymore.
yeah. That's totally it, totally. And this is the thing, isn't it? It's about people that are just living their lives, and when something does go wrong, like I found, unless you've got other things to go on to or do, you know, I wouldn't say that all jobs aren't for life, because there are still jobs for life, but probably our grandparents, especially, and parents might have been with the same employer for all of their duration of their careers, whereas
Yeah,
nowadays,
yeah.
yeah, it's a little bit more turbulent than what it used to be.
Yeah, more fluid, I guess. Yeah,
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 definitely.
yeah. How has the Thrive Tribe and Skills 365 sort of evolved since its first inception? Is it how you envisioned it? Is that how it is now, or is it you gradually sort of change
Um,
things to suit and come up with
yeah,
new
I
ideas?
think this is what I've always loved about business. This is what I'd say to anyone that's starting a business is I've worked for a few large establishments over the years, and if you want to make a change, you have to feed it through line management. There's meetings. Whereas when you do your own thing, if you want to change direction or diversify, you can do it. And this is what I love about business. It's like if you try something that doesn't work, it's not a failure because you've learned a lesson from it. What would you do differently? And that's what I would say to anybody out there is like, give things a go. If it doesn't work, then at worst you're going to lose a little bit of time,
Yeah,
for your effort. So Skills 365 when we came back onto the scene in 2020 has definitely grown the way I wanted it to. We've got now 4 contracts that we run through that, and now we've got obviously the performance coaching element as well, and
yeah,
that has been I've always had a passion for teaching and giving knowledge and stuff, and I consider myself reasonably good, but I'm reasonably lucky to have the people I've had around me as well, and even the people who come on board for courses and things. It's like without their thirst for knowledge, which is what it's about, anyone can learn at any time and any age.
yeah,
It makes a real difference. So it's organically growing really, really well. We do have to step out of our comfort zones. We do a lot of advertising, a lot of meeting and greeting people because that's the nature of business. It's about meeting those people and opening doors and making those referrals to people and just being there, for others. It's definitely going the way that I wanted it to, and I'm loving every minute of it.
you said that originally you sort of got into teaching by chance. Did you have any sort of inkling that that's what you wanted to do before that, or was it just no sort of clue whatsoever? All of a sudden you've been asked to do this, and it's
Well,
like, oh
I,
wow, I really enjoy this.
I think at the time because when I did my degree, which was through Nottingham Trent University via Lincoln College, because I was an older person, so everyone on the degree was probably 19, 20,
Yeah,
and I was mid-20s. Naturally, not that I say I was a father figure, because I was probably only 5 or 6 years difference between me and the younger people on the course, but naturally, because I've always been quite a friendly and open person, people would ask for advice, and that's when, because of the skills that Adam asked through, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years of working before going back to do my degree, I just found that I was pretty good at, giving knowledge and helping people out, and that's when I thought, I can make a living out of this, whether it be a teacher of some description, but I wanted to
yeah,
explore, and that's the thing about the opportunities. It's about if you get an opportunity to do something, even if something that you're not sure, just do it. It costs nothing apart from time, and you'll learn from it. And if you want, if you enjoy what you give your time to, like I really really enjoyed, the teaching element and the supporting of the young people on my qualification course, and obviously then with the college and now what I do in business with the coaching side. Yeah, just do it. It's a wonderful experience, and people always remember you. We always remember good teachers at school. Yeah, and
we do.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what people want to be remembered for, is to for being good and helping and progressing people.
Did you have a sort of plan in your head before you discovered that of something else that you was going to do? What would
Yeah.
alternate universe Mark be doing right now if he hadn't discovered his love
I,
for teaching?
when weirdly when I was starting secondary school, I quite fancied flying, so I quite fancied being an airline pilot. And then once I realised I probably didn't have at that point in time anyway the knowledge or the skills or the educational establishments. That's what I'd have loved to have done all those years ago before I went. I actually did a few strange careers. So I was a mortgage advisor. Not quite sure why I chose that route. It's just because I was told I was good at talking to people. So
It
at
sounds
one
like a
point,
stable sort of job, I guess.
yeah. But that was in my early 20s. I did that. So mortgage advisor twice. So I didn't like it the first time, so I did it a second time. So I did. So yeah. So I think it's about. I think when you're young, it's about trying those things, and then it's only as you grow that you realize you have passions for things, and if you don't have a passion for something, you're never really going to succeed in it. So for those people that you know that potentially work in a job just to collect their money, so they can have the weekends off and 4 weeks holiday a year.
Yeah.
If you've not really got a passion for something, it's really, really hard to give it your all and shine in whatever role that you do. So yeah, I had a few jobs before I found my calling, and yeah, never looked back since.
Are there any standout success stories from any of your participants that particularly sort of stick out in your mind?
Yes, to be fair, there's probably more than we've got time for, but yeah, without giving names away, everyone that we teach has come on so much, especially with the Thrive Tribe and things. We currently have a cohort of 20 people that are going through one of our programs, and to see the change that people have. So we've got people that have started from nothing in terms of their business, and and just speaking about it and telling people about it is a massive challenge for these people. And we've got maybe 3 or 4 who are now verbalizing and posting on social media, and are gaining traction for what they want to the service that they want to sell.
Yeah.
And that's really, really lovely to see. We've got others who have already got a business up and running, but are looking to monetize it, and again, they're making great strides in actually getting sponsorship for various things that they're running. Yeah, I'm really, really proud. But yeah, so everyone's doing really, really well, and it's that thing of having that idea and then having the confidence to verbalize it and start pushing it through social media, start being proud of telling people what you do, and attending networking meetings as well, especially in places like Lincolnshire where people really, really do buy from people. So it's so important to get the message out there and just show people what you've got, because everyone has an amazing story and an amazing business, and it's so lovely to be part of their success.
Yeah, as a part of the Thrive Tribe, I can say it is a fantastic group of people in it. So what's the future for the Thrive Tribe? Have you got any upcoming projects or events that you're particularly excited about?
Yeah, I have. So after this tranche of funding, or this program is finished, we are running 2 more events where we've got into partnership for this one with the Chamber of Commerce in Lincolnshire. So we have an event on the 29th of October, which is at the Chamber in Lincoln. And again, that is a day event where we'll talk about goals and we'll just want to know what you want to achieve. And, and if you're not achieving the goals you've set out, why is that? What can we do to help? And that's the whole idea of the Thrive Tribe, is that the events we run, you'll realize that everyone's in, everyone that comes is in the same boat, and you all have so much in common, and it's just unlocking your potential to go forward. So that one's in Lincoln, and then we have another one on the 4th of November, which is in Rutland. And we have another event down there, just obviously do a bit of a road show up and down Lincolnshire. And again, the same format. It's a full day. Lunch is on us. Just come and be part of it. Just see what potential you've got and help us unlock it for you.
Where can people find more details on that?
They can go to www.thrivelive.co.uk, and all the event details are on there.
Brilliant. And we'll make sure we'll post the link in all our social medias as well for that.
Yeah, thank you very much. And if there is normally a cost to both of the events, so if anybody on the podcast would like to come, so from my point of view, obviously everyone is welcome to attend. If you've got a business, if you're a key decision maker, or you're thinking of starting a business, please come along. And if you use the code MARKVIP, you'll get a complimentary ticket just because you've listened to this excellent podcast.
Thank you very much. Brilliant. We'd love to have you back in the not so distant future. And we'll, as I say, we'll post all of your links to our website and all the social media posts around the episode. But Mark, it's been a real pleasure talking to you today. So thank you very much.
That's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of the Links Lives Natters podcast. A big thank you to Mark for nattering with us and sharing his story today. And of course, a special thanks to Shelley, not just for letting me have a go as host, but for all the hard work she does behind the scenes. Most importantly, thanks to you for tuning in. Remember, you can find this and all our episodes on our website, www.linkslivesnatters.com, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a follow on social media to stay updated. That's all from me. Take care, and we'll catch you next time on the Links Lives Natters podcast.